looking over the looking over the place. You're sort of tracing the steps of like where you were when this place was destroyed, and you're remembering to yourself what it was like to take those like last futile steps, and you're remembering the moment when you realized you were too late and that you had made the wrong decision.
Rah.
And you're just going through the rubble, and it is almost untouched. The way it was left when it was looted is exactly how it is.
Then no one's been here.
And it's sort of, no one's been here. It sort of reinforces in your head that even after all this time, that your people are kind of, well, irrelevant. They're a blip on the radar, and no one really cares about them that much. Your entire village was pillaged and destroyed, and your people were enslaved, and, well, not many people are doing anything about that, and no one even cared to loot the rubble. Outside of the elves, of course. And all that's going through your head. And what are your intentions coming here? Just to reminisce, to think?
To think. Just like contemplate, like, you know, like, or in a way, like, let go, like accept what happened, you know, move on.
Okay.
Like, now that I've done other shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So you've met other people since your people. You're slowly but surely starting to forgive yourself for the mistake that you made. You followed an order that ended up resulting in the destruction of your village. And you sort of walk onto the beach, and the sand is gray and the water is black, and you sort of like it looks like the Passaic River.
Oh,
Fucking
I bet it smells like shit too.
and it's not because it's like dirty, but it's because just like the particular minerals in this side of the mountain just sort of taint the water that color. And the color of the water sort of, in some way resembles the color of the iron scale on your chest. Sort of a symbol of the wounds you've suffered in the path you've been on. And you're remembering that, you're thinking, and you start slowly, think, and you start to forgive yourself. And you look to your right, and you see maybe 300 feet down on the same beach is another lizard folk.
Oh.
And he's standing. He's got gear on. He's got some light armor. He's got a spear. He's got a shield. And the spear and the shield are sort of in the sand in front of him. And he's sort of just kneeled down, cross-legged, looking at the water.
Do I recognize that person? Do I know who that person is?
You don't recognize him.
Alright, well, I'm gonna start walking down and yell out, "How are you, neighbor?"
So when he sort of when he sees you, he doesn't really move. But when you get close enough to him, he just like sits there silently for a bit and just hear the crashing of the waves. And he just looks up to you and he says, "Sad, isn't it?"
Yes. It's all gone.
And he nods and looks back out into the water. And you guys just sort of sit in silence for 5-10 minutes. And it's not awkward or anything. You guys are kind of just there for the same reason. And then he stands up, sort of with his spear, picks his shield up, and he sort of puts his the spear in his shield hand, and he reaches an arm out to you, and puts like sort of a fist to your chest, and he says, "My name is Gaius. What is yours?"
Brutus, but I kind of say it in our tongue.
Yeah. You guys are speaking lizard folk. And he looks at you, and he's like, "This place, do you know what it was called?"
Pompeii.
He nods, and he says, "Did it mean something to you?"
Failure. Something that I could have avoided.
I see. So you survived its destruction.
Could say that.
And he nods. And he goes, I am mourning the loss of my home as well.
Are you from here as well? Or no, obviously no, because yeah, it's the fucking village. Where are you from?
And he looks at the water a bit, and he goes, a place where the water is blacker than this. I am mourning the loss of something that is not yet dead. Much like a malnourished mother.
I'm sorry, what?
He says he's mourning the loss of something that is not yet dead, much like a malnourished mother.
What do you mean by that?
And he looks at you and he says, the feeling that a woman feels, knowing the babe is in her stomach, but she have not the energy to bring it into this world.
I cannot explain or utterly understand that feeling.
And he sort of he sits again and he says, and he listens to the water for another, like, again, long silence. And he looks up to you and he says, I am from a city by our people, for our people. It is called Athena. And it exists in the swamps of what the humans call Calestria.
Oh.
Our leader, his name is Caesar. And he, up until recently, has been a hard, confident, and bold leader. But he has been under pressure from the pirates to the west. Until recently, they have been our enemy. But now he seeks an alliance with them. In truth, I am his advisor. And I told him that we have fought these people for so long, that humans are not like us. They do not take lightly to the spilling of their own blood. We might look the other way, but they will only scheme for our destruction. But he's lost. To him, he sees this as a way forward for us. So we can leave the swamp and bathe in the sun again. I explained to him ceaselessly that it is foolish, yet he does not listen. So I am here. I knew not what this village was called, but I knew that it was destroyed. I came here to remind myself, well, of the futility of it. It is nice now to know its name, but I came here to mourn my city, which has yet to fall.
I understand now. Well, instead of mourning, do not make the same mistake I did and let it fall. Do something about it.
And he looks at you and he goes, after hearing the name of this place and meeting a survivor, I think I now have the courage to do so. He stands up and he holds his arm out to you, like warrior's handshake style. You accept it?
Yeah.
He gives you the warrior's handshake and he goes, "Thank you, Brutus."
I ask him, because Brutus was born in this village,
Mhm.
and he's not, you know, like he knows of the beef between like elves and shit, and like
But
that
he's
there
like
are
relatively
other-
young for one of them, essentially.
Yeah, like I'm young
Yeah.
for a lizard folk, and at the same time, I haven't traveled much, and like what I did travel was, well, not even. I was literally traveled a little bit beyond this area, got fucking kidnapped, and what's it
And
called? Like
here you
I
are.
moved, like I moved. I know they fucking took me to like around like Kesh and shit, and fucking like you're all just a fucking slave and shit. But like I haven't been to like Calabria and shit, so like I don't know like the distance from here to there. So I basically ask him like, hey, like, what's your journey like?
And he goes, "If I was making haste, it would be a bit over a month. But I tend to move slowly. It is not somewhere I wish to return to with haste.
I haven't seen.
Walk. He says, walk not quickly to the ledge."
I haven't seen many of our kind in years.
I can tell.
I honestly thought we were all dead.
You have a rudimentary understanding of the tongue. If you wish to be around more of your people,
I wish to see this place.
I can take you. And you may look upon it while it is still beautiful.
May I accompany you?
He nods. And he stays on the beach for some time. Again, like a very, very long silence that clearly, that clearly warriors are used to. And then he just stands up and he kind of just starts walking. And he sort of just expects you to follow him.
Yeah.
Alright, so you're doing that. And it takes you over the course of a couple months across the land to Calestria, and it is very swampy land. The land is dangerous. You guys fight a bit, but nothing that's too dangerous. He's clearly like used to this, and you become used to it over the course of the weeks, and you eventually come upon this sort of closed area in the swamp that is sort of like under the canopy of these really large sort of wet, moist trees. And you find what is a relatively well put together city. It's sort of made from stone and worked mud and brick, but you clearly recognize the intelligent architecture of your people, even in the rudimentary materials. And although the earth is soft and the water is black, there is a beauty to it, as Gaius told you.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes,
Before
yes.
I honestly forgot. I feel like I'm blanking out. Isn't Caesar one of my other characters?
No. Caesar? Is
No.
Yeah.
Not as far as I was aware. I think that was a name you were gonna pick for somebody, but you didn't.
Oh, because I think I know. Yeah, I definitely have Nero, Marcus.
I'm not gonna lie,
Brutus.
when you pulled up, I was waiting for you to be like, what's your name? Oh, Nero.
Nah, Nero's hunting demons and shit.
Nah, Nero's a fucking monk hunting.
A monk hunting?
No, he's saying he's, with the monks hunting. Nero and Brutus have beef.
They do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Like I still haven't written it yet, but like I plan to give them beef.
yeah.
Like yeah, if I had to like describe it, it's You ever seen Helsing?
They're like fucking Alexander Anderson and fucking
Alucard. Yeah.
Alucard.
Where it's like, I see him, it's like, you brought me a present.
A fate on sight.
Yeah. Basically.
But yeah,
Put
so
me on a plane so I can put him in a hearse.
the general vibe of this place is that it's very lawful. It's probably like the literal only lawful thing existing like in the swamp as far as you know. And people are very, or you know, lizards and shit are very like kind to one another. They're very militaristic. Generally, as a society, they are up at a certain time, in bed by a certain time. The children spar and train for war. The women do the women thing.
Get fucked and pick berries.
It's relatively straightforward. No. Well,
Wow.
that too. But, you know, it's not like they're not combatants or anything, but they do that too. Yeah. It's kind of old
The
school.
way it is.
It's the way it is. And for a decent amount of this year, you get to participate in your own culture, but like, you know, not sort of from the perspective of, you know, you went from being a house slave to you just walked into Harlem.
Oh.
So, you know, you get to actually participate in your culture, learn the tongue better, understand your people more. And, you know,
Hey.
from some time away from, you know, you spend so much time with people who don't look like you, who don't understand your customs, you barely speak normal people's tongue. You know, you feel, you know, you're speaking fluently, you know, you feel people are speaking to you in the same language. Everything just makes sense. It feels normal. It feels right.
Basically me walking into fucking Patterson and going like,
Yeah.
hey, que lo que?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So you're doing that for X amount of time, and I imagine that since you give any kind of fuck about your friends, would you let them know it in any way where you are?
I would, but how would I do that though? Cause like, I don't know. Can I fucking scry? Cause is that even part of my fucking class? You know what I mean? Do I have the power to do that bullshit?
Most definitely not.
You do not. There are people here who do. You could pay for the service.
Do I have a general address?
The general address, you are not actually that far from like Ifringarden. Like you're in the region directly to the west, so like it's like a week's travel if you want to just walk.
I thought he
Like a
was
week or
the
like
valley
like
that
probably
goes-
2 weeks travel because you're going through swamps and shit. So if you wanted to actually just go somewhere and like talk to anyone about this,
Question: do
Wait,
we
where
like
is that
send
right now?
fucking?
he is in Calestria.
Oh, he's in Calestria. Huh? I thought he was over. I thought he was completely other side. I thought he was over here.
He was on the other side, and he like went across the
Was
continent.
guy took him across the continent?
Yeah, they just
Damn.
walked across the continent.
Bro, seeing bitches, bro. Well, money, but a pizza, you know. What's it called? Do we have carrier pigeons by any chance?
Oh yeah, like you could do stuff like that, like you know, there are multiple ways to send a message somewhere. But this
Like,
place is relatively like it exists, but not a lot of not everyone knows it exists. It exists.
How far is it
So-
from the monastery?
That is why I said it's the most lawful thing here, as far as you know. That exists too. You know,
Wait, is a monastery in Calestria?
it is also in Calestria, yeah.
Like the north or the south?
I'll tell you guys later. None of your characters actually know this, but
My character would
But he-
know this.
well, he would know where it is, but not relative to where Raph is.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, is
And Raph
Softstale?
would-
Wait,
and-
is Softstale in the monastery still? I
No.
forget.
He's not. We will get there.
Okay.
We will
Okay.
get there. But point is, what would you be doing for like the full year? And I'm essentially just trying to, you know, like, well, what would you be doing? Would you like just kind of vibe and just kind of, you know, be among your people, get involved in the local politics?
Well, I would definitely, you know, get there, you know, be joyful, like, you know, a kid in a candy shop, where I'm seeing all this new shit, you know, like fucking anime protagonists just fucking eating bowls and bowls of fucking like food and shit, and like, you know, like I'd be losing some of like the iron scale in me, where like I wouldn't be, you know, so fucking grumpy all the time and just like mean looking. Where like, you know, I'm actually, you know, like relaxing a bit, you know, getting around, meeting other, you know, haven't fucked in like years, so you know, probably trying to do that.
Yay! He's bagging some lizard folk for the first time in his life. He's like, holy shit, this shit goes hard.
This shit,
This shit is
goes hard.
crazy.
Fucking lizard shit and rip both my dicks.
He like like it don't hit like that anywhere else, bro. This shit is
Yo,
wild.
this shit, yo, lizard cooch busting.
Yo,
Yeah, bro.
what is going on? What is going on?
This is a session where we all bust a nut.
Whenever
You
Brutus,
never had head till you had a lizard foot suck your dick.
whenever Brutus fucked with a humanoid, they they're looking at him like he's some type of he's some exotic thing. Bitches here looking at you like you ain't shit. You ain't nothing. you gotta.
I gotta
I'm
work.
so uncomfortable. Oh my god.
Like, okay. You know that quote from Rick and Morty when Morty gets like he becomes like all confident and shit,
Yeah.
and he goes to that girl and he's like,
Yeah,
"Baby,
it's
what's
like-
your name? What's your number? Let me please you."
Yeah, all that shit. Memes done. Memes jokes
Yeah.
over. But point is, if he just does that, then you become
No, but
pretty.
no wait, that was only for the like I feel like the first half of it,
Mhm.
not to get too out of shape, and then
How long
eventually
before he's just Squidward in the town of Squidwards, where he's just like, "Fuck, this sucks." I'm kidding.
not
No,
fuck
but
this
go
sucks.
on.
But I feel like probably like after like a good month of like fucking around and shit, I started looking for fucking what's his fucking name again?
Gaius.
I'll start looking for Gaius again.
Yeah. So Gaius would he wouldn't have like abandoned you or anything, but like you pull up and he's kind of just like, if you need anything, come up to the temple. I'm there. I'm literally advisor to the to our like leader. So yeah, I'm kind of important. But yeah, like he gives you like full reign. He gives you a symbol that essentially to flash if you need to go anywhere.
Fucking easy pass.
Essentially.
Easy.
And yeah, if you want to find him, he's in the temple, which
Alright,
is normally like guarded, but when you flash the symbol, they let you in. And it's like up a long set of stairs, like sort of as like Mayan style.
Question though, like after looking at the area and shit, because Brutus, he's a strong motherfucker, but like, what's like the power level of motherfuckers in that area?
Pretty high. But you like they're not weak, but you find like just sizing people up, you realize like you understand that you are like one of the strongest people there. Like you could probably take any of them one on one.
Okay.
Including Gaius. Like you size him up, you're like, okay, this guy's strong, but he's probably slightly weaker than me.
Okay, and he's just a regular fucking like lance fucking shield
Yeah,
warrior.
like he just uses a lance and or a spear and a shield, and he's clearly a fighter. He's clearly capable. Like he would clearly give you a run for your money, but he's clearly like you don't see anyone that you're scared of.
Okay.
Clearly, like you're living outside of the military lifestyle and actually like dealing with like events that were not structured and organized. Clearly made you a bit more resilient. These people are express built to follow orders. You are more of a thinker a little bit.
Do they find it odd that I'm not fucking holding a fucking sword?
It's hard to tell what anyone thinks about anyone. Just looking at their faces. Anyone like most of like the culture is very military, and people don't really show their emotions on their face.
Got it.
If you walked up to someone and said, "Hey, what do you think about me not using a weapon?" They'd probably give you their opinion and go, "It's fucking weird," but they probably wouldn't no, you're not getting raised eyebrows or anything like that. That's not the kind of people.
So just because it's very militarized, because I know like obviously it's I'm assuming one of the few or probably the only like lizard folk sanctuary fucking left around.
Mhm.
I'm assuming that we're so heavy militarized. Do they constantly have to like get into incursion besides the whole like them doing shit with the pirates, like in regards to like fighting elves or other fucking races and shit? Like is the village like on attack like maybe once a month or some shit like that?
Every now and then, like a common enemy in the area are boggards. Like they're like these fucking like frog people, and they're kind of just They kind of just run around, do whatever, just kind of fuck with people.
All right.
And they kind of just get clapped. Like you can very much get the vibe that like the lizard folk are the apex of the region. Like no one's fucking with them. Like who is it stupid, and no one is succeeding if they're trying.
Got it. Alright, so I'm gonna go walk up that temple.
Yeah, when you go in, again the architecture is nice. When you find Gaius, he's kind of just like doing like like general like sort of bookkeeping and stuff like that, talking to people, doing normal fucking business shit that the fucking hand to the king does. And when he sees you, he would kind of just ask you, like it's probably been like a month at this point, he'd just ask you like, how do you like the place?
To be honest, it's all right.
He nods.
But I'm like, I'm saying that like a certain, like, in a
Yeah.
sarcastic mode, like, you know, like, I'm fucking, you know, I'm doing my shit.
Yeah, he'd say the luster wears off.
How's it been since this past month? Have you been able to convince your friend?
And he goes, I have not. I'm actually drafting letters to that end currently. It is to my knowledge that well, there are regions near here that do not take too kindly to Vexaria, the pirates that Caesar is trying to parlay with. I imagine that they might not take too kindly to him doing that. They probably don't know we exist. I'm drafting up letters right now that I will deliver personally to, well, let them know we exist. That we are powerful, and that should we be allied with your enemy, that you will surely fall. And I take it that might motivate some of our, well, neighbors to help convince Caesar to change his mind.
Oh, you are basically trying to potentially start a fight with another big dog as a deterrent.
The fight's going to happen one way or another. I'm just preparing for the storm. It is absolutely treason, but well, like you said, if I want to change something, and talking is no longer working, I'm taking action.
Has anyone else tried to talk to the king?
He shakes his head. As much as I love our people, they are, well, sycophants.
In a sense of like me whispering in my head, let me guide a boat. Let me meet him.
Listened to your album the other day.
Let me talk.
Did you like it?
Not sure there was enough bass. I could almost hear the other sounds.
I'll crank it up next time.
Well, what do you say?
I'll turn it up.
Don't worry.
Oh, try to why to convince him to talk to fucking Caesar.
Oh, what you talk? Yeah, no, he kind of just says, absolutely not.
Look, I might seem like some random vagabond, but I've done my traveling. I've done my fighting. I've met people. I got pretty good friends in high places now. Not only in the Jaros, but Fallon and Ashterra.
His eyebrows raise at that. And he stands up and he sort of like takes the things he's been writing, and you see that it's in common, and he is like pretty okay at it. And he folds them up, puts them sort of into like some papyrus to seal them. And then he sort of walks up to you and he goes, if you have friends in high places, then... And he sort of just like bows his head a bit and he goes, great service to us if you could introduce me to them.
You could do that.
I assure you that Caesar is a lost cause.
You think so?
And I think an outsider speaking to him might give, well, headway to the fact that I'm committing treason.
I could potentially ask those friends for a favor in regards to the same way you're sending a letter. I can have them send me a letter that somehow they know of his actions with these pirates, and that these pirates might also cause them trouble, and that if we ally with them, then we are now a threat to them as a way of backing
That is
off.
exactly my thinking. And he reasonably
Would you like to meet them first, or would you like to meet me, send out a raven or something like that?
and he sort of just says, I am...
What's the best way for you not to risk fucking getting decapitated?
He says, every step I take here is a risk for that. But, I'm something of an old school diplomat. I would like to meet them myself, if you don't mind.
I'm here.
What do you think?
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What
do that. I can send, you know, a heads up. Let them, hey, we're coming by, and I need, you know, I'll ask Adam for like, you know, my one fucking favor that I haven't asked him yet for.
Sweet. Alright, so he would take some time to sort of like square things away on the homestead before he goes to do that. He would set up someone to sort of do the job in his place, and you get the vibe that this Caesar individual is relatively like he doesn't really like keep proper watch of the things going on underneath him, but he's a very like wrathful individual, but he's not very smart.
So like, if you gotta give like a perspective of like this king, you're like just someone that doesn't care.
It's not that he doesn't
Is
care.
that
He's just
crazy,
very
or
like
is he like gullible like the fucking king in fucking game?
he has a whole lot of pride that kind of gets in the way of like other things. He's just very, very prideful.
So properly blind to it.
Essentially. Like his own hand working against him.
And let me just make sure again. Why is pirate?
They were fighting like so guys told me that they were fighting them for a long time. That the sort of pirates sort of like that's just what they call Vexaria, the pirates, but they're not all pirates. They just refer to them as the pirates. They kind of do that with everyone. They don't participate in the cultures. They don't really call the region by the names. But the pirates, quote, fucking just kind of like have been fighting them in the swamps for a while. They've been stepping into land that they shouldn't be in and dying for it. And well, it's their home turf, so they're kind of dealing with it. But they killed a lot of them. But it's kind of like becoming like a nuisance, becoming like an issue. And Caesar's kind of just like, yo, fuck it. These people seem stronger than the other people. If we partner with them, maybe we, you know, get on some people's good side, and you know, we're not fucking second-class citizens anymore. We can have more of a foothold in this place by being friends with the right people. And the guy essentially just thinks that was.
Just to make sure again. So we have enemies in Collector, and then we would find people in Vexar, and then, or you know, pirates in Vexar.
Yeah.
And then
like on the border.
On the border.
Which is a thing that's been mentioned a few times in the game.
Okay. And so then we're basically we're teaming up with the pirates as a way to potentially get me to fight our threat here.
Yeah. He would explain to you that Caesar kind of like it's not really like it's a like that their way of life is threatened here. They literally just like they deal with it. Like he just like has grander ideas for what the people should be doing. Like they could sit in their little corner in the swamp and mind their business, or they could team up with the pirates and destroy everything, and then you know spread out, live in other places, not in the swamp. So he essentially wants that so bad that he's willing to team up with people that he thinks are weaker than them, but are stronger than everyone else.
So then,
and guys think that that's a mistake because they've killed so many of the pirates that he thinks that if they get too close, the pirates might just be the destruction of his people.
but does Gaia have any intention? Like, does a Gaia agree with the king anything in regards to like, you know, expanding or you know being more grander and shit?
Oh yeah, he definitely agrees with the fundamental idea that you know we were once greater, and he wants them to be greater. He just thinks that's the wrong way to go about it. And he's just the most in tune of anyone here, like in the politics of things going on around the area. So he has an idea of like, you know, he thinks that the people to the east would be better allies.
Okay.
And well, you mentioned knowing them, so he's like, holy shit. Star flew out of the sky. Please introduce me to these people so and put a word in for me so I can, you know, make my case.
Not bad.
That is also my reason to get you into the location.
Into who?
Into the location. I essentially need everybody to be in the same fucking place. Fucking. And that is your reason for being there.
Okay, you manipulating me.
Heyo. So, you do that, and at long last, towards the end of this long period of time, Brutus, you show up here like earlier, like you would be here like 4 months before everyone else, and you introduce, you know, you explain the situation, you introduce Gaius to the right people, and talks happen between him and Adam, and he's a very commonplace. But you know, nothing's in stone yet, nothing's resolved. But
Just
the year
to make
goes.
sure, I'm sorry, just to make sure if I remember correctly, back in the lore of this place, I know we're in Ashterra now, right? Or are we in
You guys are going to be in Ifrit, because that is where
That's where Adam is, right?
that's where Adam is, and that's where the people who are helping Alex or Inuyasha get home are. And he sent letters to everyone else individually, like, hey, be here for this. I'm leaving. I would like you to be here for it.
Okay, so we're in Ifringard, but Adam's original hometown was Ashterra, right? And then,
Yep.
if I'm correct, Ashterra used to control the entire fucking continent, basically, right?
Yep. Then the Emperor died, it broke up into regions. The new Emperor took over, and he's trying to reunite everything again. And so far, because of what you guys did, the Draros and Ashterra are undefeated.
So this might be something where maybe Adam might be involved in, you know, certain agreements.
That is correct. That is totally possible. So, you guys, for whichever reason, arrive in Ifringar on a very particular day. Did anyone fall asleep during all of the individual shit with other people? Is everyone here? Do I have the
Aye,
homies?
Captain.
Is Softail gonna appear out of nowhere like, hey y'all?
I'm Spartacus.
Softail got a letter too. We did his shit earlier. So it's a very particular day, and all of you arrive at different times. The dice.
I arrive first,
Oh yeah, fuck dice. Yeah, sure. Engie shows up first.
because I have a bird.
Engie
Bitch.
shows up first after Brutus. I'm just going who was more and to least busy. Engie shows up first. Ronan shows up last. Inuyasha was here. Brutus showed up before Engie. Softail shows up second. Okay, cool. So, Ronan.
Who's on first?
Because he was dealing with the most bullshit.
Is our chorus here?
Yeah,
Sick.
he's here too.
So
So
go.
so Zarkoris, Softail, and Zarkoris and Softail, both show up to Ifringar at the same time, and they're literally like at the gates, just waiting to be let in, and they just looking at each other like, what's up? How you been?
Wait, I'm sorry. Was I talking to me? Or no?
No. Like, just essentially Zarkoris and Softail. There's this awkward moment where, because they like have no real connection to one another, like, but they know who each other are, and so they're just kind of like standing there waiting for the gates to open, waiting to be let in. They get let in.
Literally the
Yep.
king of the hill.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah, is it-
real quick though, for the next fucking stream, we should all shave our heads. We need to all do
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
I will absolutely not do that.
Or
Dude,
you wore it for so long.
dude, I literally was talking about that for like a whole 20 seconds, like way earlier, but I think your mic was muted. But fuck it, but yeah, so you guys show up, and well, you know where to go. Fucking
What?
like he would have like specified that, like, you know, you pull up to the place and you kind of just let, like, you let people know you're here, and the right people kind of pull up and find you.
Yeah, I mean, I assume we're just at Calvira's, like
Yeah.
the Archmage estate.
Yeah, you're at the Archmage's estate, which is definitely called the Archmage's estate, not Calvira's estate now that the Archmage is back. And
Wait,
fucking,
now, I was about to say, like, what's that like now that he's fucking back?
we'll get there.
Okay.
So, that happens, and essentially one by one you guys show up, and you're sort of just brought into the estate. And, yeah, so real quick for Inuyasha. Over this year, you were here, Calvira was, like I said, she's sort of balancing working on your items, because she cares about you, and
Aw.
working on, and working on her own research. Azrin is fully dedicated to finding out how the fuck this shit works. And when you send the letters out, that's like when Azrin is like, all right, I got it. It's a little fucked, but we're good. I'm a YOLO this shit. I've never done this before. I'm excited. Let's see what the fuck happens.
It's just fucking
I'm sitting here and
psychic.
I'm like, listen, if you get over there, I can show you. We travel through time where I come from.
Yeah, like you're making all these promises. He's hella excited about it, but he's like absolutely so fucking like about like he's like, all right, you literally cannot talk about any of these details with anyone other than like me or Calvira, because if people know about this and this gets out, this could be a huge problem. This is like Pandora's box type shit.
Yeah, Inuyasha just nods.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I went from a place full of dead people saving you back here. And this is the only place that I've been since in the past year. I'm not gonna tell anybody. I want to go home.
Yeah, it would have been really tiring. Like he would have had to question you about a lot of stuff. Fucking take samples of your own fucking biochemical makeup, cross-reference that with biochemical makeup of the people from this realm, all this bullshit. But he figures it out. He thinks maybe.
Alright, fair enough.
So and it was kind of just a very long, tiring grind that became very tedious day to day. And by the time you know it, it's been a year.
Excellent.
Veshna, like, is literally Kalvira's bodyguard, so you see her a lot, like all the time.
Oh yeah.
And she is like super fucking like just glad to have you around. Like she's just more confident walking around that you're in the area. Fucking
Yeah, I definitely like get drinks with Veshna. Like we spar like during morning trainings if we end up being out there at the same time. Like definitely just vibe
yeah.
throughout the course of this year.
And she would like over drinks be talking to you about like, yo, I'm gonna rip my fucking hair out. This place sucks. Fucking like I haven't swung my axe in 4 months. No one steps to me. No one even steps out of line. This Adam guy has completely eliminated the criminal underground. Like no one even steals a fucking piece of bread out of a food stall anymore. She's like, I have literally nothing to do. The food tastes too good. The houses, like the beds are too warm. This shit is fucking weird. My hair is too fucking straight. My clothes are too fucking nice.
The
This
booze
shit
are
sucks.
too fucking strong.
Inuyasha shakes his head. He goes, "Damn." He's like, not even like a conspiracy, something.
Fucking
Not a single
nothing.
lead? Damn.
She said there's like absolutely nothing. This is boring and it is horrid.
Damn.
But she goes on about that a lot and how you just being around makes her feel like some bullshit's gonna happen. Like she just senses it in her fucking bones that you just being here will somehow give her something to swing this axe at.
Yeah, I'd probably just tell her, like, during this time, I would probably just tell her all the stories of how I did attract the bullshit and how I've been dealing with that for the past, for a
Yeah.
while. It's like, yeah, we had to fight
Yeah.
robots, and then
Yeah.
vampires showed up, and then,
She's literally like, no offense, but you are literally the worst luck charm ever.
yeah.
Sweet. Okay, but at some point, all of you guys are brought into Calvira's estate, and the only person, like the person who sort of like brings you all in, each of you in, is Veshna, and you guys are sort of like the same table where you used to plot and shit. It's like nicer now. The whole estate's been upgraded a bit, and there's like clearly like food out for you guys, and one by one, you guys are brought in. Like I said, first the Brutus would have like been here first. After that, it's Softail and Zarkoris. Then or after that's NG, then Softail and Zarkoris, and then Ronan. So you guys are all in the same room again.
Give me a second.
You're good. But no one else is there yet. Like outside, like in terms of NPCs, just you guys.
I might as well note that Softail, just for RP purposes, has like a slightly annoyed voice. Holy shit. A slightly annoyed look on his face that he has to be here. He's like, God damn, I just started getting the fucking bull roll. Now I gotta come see this asshole.
I definitely like key in on that, and I was like, oh, what's the problem? You got all these big fancy plans you're working on? Too busy to say goodbye to the guy that beat your ass for the last 2 years?
Beats my ass. That's funny, because last time I saw you, you were leaking gallons of blood. I don't even know how you didn't die.
Well, last time I saw you, you did die.
I forgot about that.
I say, well, listen, while we're hanging out here, first, I think some of us would appreciate
I'm back. Sorry about that.
I set up a proper place for Haywood to rest, just outside the city walls. Buried him alongside Steve. It's one of the heroes of this place.
Who the fuck is Steve?
Oh, I thought it was Jim.
Oh, it's Jim. It's Jim.
I thought it was Steve.
You're right.
I don't fucking
No,
know.
it's Jim.
No, it's Jim.
for
It's
sure.
Jim.
It's Jim.
I
For
thought
Steve-
Jim.
I
Wait,
could
Steve
never
lived.
forget-
No,
Jim died.
Steve is the one that's still alive.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
never forget Jim. I just literally,
Jim.
as you say, it's like I buried him at Jim, like, may his soul rest in peace.
Yeah, me and Softail was not.
Haywood didn't even know who that was. Why does it matter if he's fucking buried by
Because
him?
they are both heroes of this city.
the fuck is Jim?
Now, anyway,
Don't worry about it.
shut up. And he goes, anyway, as the fact that I'm leaving, traveling with you all have helped me achieve this goal in something that I never thought I would be able to achieve. So I don't think my returning is a two-way street. This is a final goodbye. So I wanted to leave you all with something that, since you'll still be kicking around in this place, that'll make sure you keep kicking around for a long time. And I would dole out the fangs that are from Inuyasha's necklace, and you each get one. Calvira would probably have made it into like an earring, since it might be the easiest way to wear it
Yeah. it's gonna
as a
do
slot.
That, and they each give you a bunch of cool shit. We'll get into that later.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll give you the specifics.
Yeah. For the sake of time, the
I'll
specifics
tease you
will
for a
be,
little
like-
bit.
So he doles those out. He gives you some earrings, and when you guys put them on, one thing I will tell you is that they each give you a sacred bonus to a stat.
Okay.
So it is a bonus to a stat that stacks with any of your other bonuses to a stat, and they each give you a little cute little power you can use an X amount of times per day.
Yes, sir.
That whose scaling I will balance myself, and I will let you all know how it works. But you get some really cool shit. It's really cool shit. You can do really cool shit.
Wait, is it really cool?
It's cool.
It
yeah.
is really cool.
Is it really?
Like
is it-
Raph
power.
can Raph's get gives the ability to like stomp the ground and like trip someone like 30 feet away. Like fucking Caleb's like lets him parry shit. So some bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
it's
That
cool.
is
It's cool.
rather
It's
I mean, yeah. I mean, essentially,
That
NG you
is
get a
rather
plus.
cool.
NG you get +2 strength and duelist parry. Softail you get +2 charisma and urban step, and Brutus you get +2 strength and thunder stomp.
Urban step.
Urban Step is fire, dude. Surge had Urban
All I'm
Step.
saying is the
Yeah, Urban
monkey
Step is
gets
very
urban
good.
step.
No, the cat
No,
gets
the
urban
cat gets
step.
urban
The
step.
monkey gets
but-
duelist parry.
That's what I.
but yeah. Point is, your
It's
characters.
gotta be racist. It's gotta.
When you guys take these items, you feel that they're powerful, and you feel that that they're strong, and that that they are very, very good gifts that are very valuable.
Mhm.
And if your characters are the type of people who would feel thankful for someone giving something like that, you do.
Yeah.
And however you choose to do that. And
You know.
I'll say Calvira like comes down the stairs, and she is like in some like regal ass politicking fucking outfit. She just be dressing nice and shit, and she just looks around and she goes, "Oh, everyone's here now. Did you give them the stuff yet?"
I did. They were so lost in thought that they forgot to thank me.
Well, I suppose we'll wait.
Well, I would have just nodded like a thank you now when you handed it to me.
You know, I'd probably hug you the minute you gave it to me.
Oh, of course. I hug Brutus back.
And she's sitting there like, "Well, I just got here and I put my research back months working on these, so I mean, I'd like to hear a thank you as well."
Thank you, Inuyasha, but I would like to speak with you more in private, because,
Yeah, I'd clap him on the shoulder and say absolutely.
Not now, you don't. First, you guys.
I
get
look up the
to
yeah, I look
walk
up the
out.
stairs and I just say, thanks, Calvira.
Give her one of these.
Yeah, exactly. We just
And
give her like
so-
the thanks, mom.
So, whatchamacallit? Wait, hold up. I gotta think real quick. Did you invite Ronan to this?
Yeah.
I did, but
You
he
did,
didn't-
right? Okay,
yeah,
okay.
I told Ronan this was happening.
Okay,
It's
just
he's-
making sure.
you
Okay,
know,
sweet,
I mean,
sweet.
I guess
okay.
I guess I fully gave everyone in the room a gift except for him. So I
Yeah,
guess
okay,
there's
yeah. I'm just
that,
making sure. So
but-
Ronan, you don't get a gift, and you're sitting there like, okay, fucking.
Yeah, no, Ronan doesn't give a shit. He's worried
Yeah.
about other things right now.
Yeah.
He's worried about Vampus.
But fucking Calvira looks at you and she literally hasn't seen you since like the whole fucking quiver thing. So she just looks at you and she's like, "How are you doing?"
You know, Lord of the Lands.
Ooh, that sucks for them.
Oh, there's a lot of sucking.
You know
It's
what?
not the kind
I
that
don't need
I'm
to know the
alluding to.
details. I'm gonna make us tea. How about that? And
I
she walks
think
off.
that's a good idea.
I say,
And-
I'm like, I would prefer milk.
Right? Yes, of course. You're weird. Milk.
As soon as Ronan said that he was Lord of the Land, you just see Inji like take off a little like grass crown that he made for himself because he was about to fucking bring that up.
He's like, he's also the Lord of the Land. Fuck, that's lame.
This is my big thing.
my God.
So Calvira's making you guys tea, softail milk, and
Make
there's
me
kind of
milk,
like a
that's
big ass
crazy.
roast that's been that she's prepared. She takes that out and puts it on the table,
Hope
and
it's
starts
made of
divvying it up,
good
get people
wyvern
plates
for
and shit.
breakfast.
And like while she's literally cutting up the roast, you see this fucking old ass wizard dude in his fucking like undergarments with his hat on just walk into the kitchen. And he just like walks in and he just like opens a cupboard and he's looking around and he's literally in his underwear, no shirt on. And he's just walking around and he's just opening cupboards. And he's just like, "Cal, where's my special cup?" And then she's just sitting there like, and she, like he has it to actually like turn his back away from the cupboards, and she just like looks at him and she goes, "Right here." And she had taken it out because she expected him to be down here, but not like this. And she goes, "Would you like tea, water, or wine?" And he just looks at her and he goes, "It's pretty early in the morning. Wine's good." And she just goes, "All right." And she starts pouring. She grabs one of his bottles. She pours him some wine in his special cup. And he turns around and he sees all of you guys at the table and he goes, "What the fuck? Wait, was that today?"
Yes, it was today, you geriatric fuck.
I thought that was next week.
You've been working on the. Listen,
The
I'm not gonna be
spell's
mad
been
at
ready
you.
for weeks now. I'm just saying, I didn't know all of your friends were supposed to be here today. I came down in my good clothes.
To be fair, they've shown up in a pretty tiered attitude. They didn't all just get here right now.
Oh shit. Oh, nice to meet all of you, and the ones I haven't. Wait, I've met all of you. Wait, no, I haven't met
No.
you. And he looks at and he points at Softail, and he's like, and he's just got his hands on his hips again. He's literally in his underwear, and he's like, "How are you doing? You a friend of Inuyasha's here?"
Friend is a word, yes.
Yes, it is. He's a good man, this one. And he sort of walks over, puts a hand on your shoulder, and when he puts the hand on your shoulder, you just get fucking reek of his BO.
I slap his
Ooh.
hand off my shoulder, just like,
No, not you,
No,
Inuyasha.
it's on my
Like,
shoulder.
like when he's like, "Inuyasha's a great guy," he puts a hand on his shoulder and his like arm.
Yeah,
gets bent
Inuyasha's
over.
like super sensitive nose is just like, alright, well, listen, why don't you find a way to plane shift into a bathtub before you come here and socialize with all of these people?
Right. Yes. And then fucking and then so he just like sort of waves to everyone and he goes to leave, and you just hear like down the hallway, you just hear, "Cal, I don't know where the old man went, but he's not." And then she turns the corner and she goes, "You found him. Excellent." And Veshna just looks over all of you. She goes, "Top of the morning."
I look
Morning
over,
indeed.
And then she clears her throat and she goes, "Well, enjoy the feast. Calvira worked very hard on it.
Is she in,
Old man put on some clothes."
she's still in like nice clothing and whatnot?
Yep, yeah, she's wearing nice clothes. Her hair is like pretty well done. She looks very much out of character.
Yeah, I just look around. I'm like, and I guess you forgot how to hold an axe of the last year.
She rolls her eyes and she goes, "Maybe I have."
Yeah, Inuyasha would say, speaking of, I don't think I could leave this place forever without us having that rematch, warrior princess. Though,
And she,
maybe you're more of just a normal princess now.
and she looks at you and she like blushes and she's just like, not I still got it. I could take you, of course. What have you done? How many feats have you acquired since we last fought? Not many.
Inuyasha shrugs and he goes,
No.
well, I guess there's only one way to prove that. I'll see your axe before the send-off.
And she just sort of nods her head and she goes, that you shall.
You see Inji kind of nudge Brutus, and he's just like, they turned her into a house orc.
Yo, that's messed up.
She doesn't catch wind of that. She's too busy getting all geeked about the fact she's gonna get to fight someone again. And then she walks off, and you guys have your meal. It's okay.
Just okay.
Yeah, it's okay. Calvira cooked it. She's a wizard,
No.
not a fucking,
She's a white
not
woman.
a cook.
I'm sorry.
She's a white woman.
Bro, she has a fucking orc bodyguard, but not a fucking cook.
Yeah, no. She tries to. She's like Asmongold. Like, you know, Asmongold was a millionaire, but he lives in a fucking apartment and doesn't wash the dishes. like she's like the same thing. She like tries to keep herself grounded. She doesn't buy too much into the lavishness of the situations.
Mm-hmm.
The bodyguard thing was something that was originally mandated by fucking by people higher than her anyway.
Yeah.
So that
All I'm saying is like I take a fucking bite and I'm like, damn.
Shit,
I'm like I miss Kalesha already. Fuck.
Yeah, I'd lean over to Brutus and I'd be like, you'd think they have a spell that would add like seasonings, but
and
just kind of cook meat.
And she's sitting there like, we do actually, but I elected not to use it.
Well,
Don't know why,
Because-
but
When you start using magic to solve everything, life gets really boring.
I come from a place where you literally can't. This is so useful.
Well, maybe if that place sucks so bad, you shouldn't leave.
Oh. Say, well,
And then like she says that, and she like immediately gets like a little like uncomfortable, and then she just like clears her throat. She goes, anyway.
yeah, Inuyasha definitely, that caught him off guard. He's like, oh.
alright, racist.
He pauses for a second, and he just says, well, if it means anything, the most I ever get cooked for on the other side is these weird little instant contraptions where all she puts in it is water. So, you put in more work, and I'll relish that.
Sounds like magic.
I debate with her of whether or not it is.
Talking about instant noodles.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm talking
Okay.
about I'm talking about fucking Maruchan.
So, you guys, you know, eat, you have your time, you reminisce, you catch up with one another. And Azrin comes back down, and he goes, "All right, I've got the setup set up in the back, in the sort of yard of the estate, out the back door. Sorry, everything's set up. It's all calibrated down to the last mathematical detail." And he has some more wine from a special cup, and he's like, "Now, in case any of you don't know how this works, I'm not gonna fucking explain it, but it's complicated, but I think I fucking got it."
I just look at him and go, wait, you think you've got it?
Well, it's never been fucking done before. When people do things that's never been done, they don't know it's doable until they do it.
Well, normally people test things out before they do it. Maybe like
Holy
use a
shit.
rock or like a square or something.
Where did you guys get this thing? Not a single one of you has asked
Inuyasha?
stupid questions. He's pointing at Softail.
Oh.
I kind of like, I don't know, what was that old man thing?
Yes, thing. We're all things.
Throw a
You
rock
don't
at
understand
him
that either.
As he's saying this.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said throw a rock at him as he's like saying this, like yes, thing.
Dude, I like
Yeah.
even if I gotta put my head in front of the rock, I block it.
You
I was
throw
like,
the rock
listen,
at
I've
him
been
and
looking for this guy for 2 years.
He-
I'm not letting you
He
murder him.
seems super like drunk and not paying attention, but when you throw the rock at him, he actually like catches it with a fucking like with a little like with a little bit of magic. He like catches the rock, and he just sort of puts it down on the table with his like telekinesis, and he's just like, anyway, if we're gonna get our emotions in check, whenever Inuyasha's ready, we can do this thing. I think he wanted to fight the girl first for whatever reason. Are any of you fucking going with him? No, right? I had this prepped for 2.
Wait,
Not
is he
going.
going?
He's going with
Does
me.
you say that?
Yeah, I asked it.
Yeah, and he's like, well, to what the cat man said, I mean, I can't not go with him. What if I fuck it up and send him to who knows where? If I fuck it up, I want to know I fucked it up so I can get him back and try again.
How are you gonna get back?
With my fucking magic.
Listen, I'm not worried about you, to be honest, so go for it. I mean,
I have magic. He does not have magic. I can go
This-
places and come back. It's my spell. I fucking
he has
made
the
it.
magic of friendship.
This is true. My sword is also pretty magic.
Point is, it's fucking ready. Whenever. Take your time.
Great.
Do what you
Alright.
wish. Make
I was
your
gonna
last
say this
choice.
in private, Inuyasha, but that just seems like a waste your time. So I'm just gonna say it here. Nice knowing you, man. I'll take care of your dog. Don't remember his name, but I'll see he lives a good life.
Thank you. His name is Scraps, and he's living with Eliana at this point. She seems to be taking good care of him, but I'm sure she'll need the help. You have been a great person to know, and someone I'm happy to call my friend.
Oh fuck, this is getting weird. And then fucking Azrin just walks out of the room.
You see NG tear up a little bit. He's like, Brutus, earmuffs. He's like, Inuyasha, you were my only true friend here. It's like, the one I like the most.
I just look at NJ and go, I hate you too.
I miss you, man.
I'm gonna miss you too, man. Feelings are mutual, and I hope that you find a happy end to your journey, and that maybe one day, in some strange circumstance, we can share a drink again.
I don't see that ever being a feasible, possible
I
option.
don't know, man. When I was
but-
back in my world, my sword could take me to hell. You don't know what could happen. I could go anywhere, maybe.
All right, well, I'll hold you to that, man. If
Yeah, I'll
we see
find a
each other
way.
again, I'll buy you a drink.
Excellent. Jamel, there are 2 things that I would have done, like in the weeks leading up to this. One would have been I would have just left a letter at the Legion, just a letter of recognition and respect and like thanks to Occam. Probably would not have actually spoken to him.
Mhm.
And another thing is that I would have done this same thing but verbally with Eliana when talking to her about Scraps. But I
Yeah.
also would have gone there on a mission. I'd like to scry on Jeb one last time.
Jeb?
The homie.
Holy shit.
To make
Okay.
sure that I told him that I'd be checking to make sure he's not doing bad shit around here, and I'm checking. And I'm gonna scare the shit out of him if he's
I'm
doing
not
bad
paying
shit.
your goddamn scrying tab either. That's
I'm
you're gonna have to
paying it.
put that
I'm
on
paying
somebody else.
$29,000.
He has no like once he gets to Tokyo, he can't buy anything with GP anymore. So, like...
Yeah, what am I supposed to do with this?
I just say make sure you pay your debts
Right, yeah.
beforehand.
Wait, I was about to say, how much money you got left?
For that,
29K.
Party?
you don't take gold in fucking Japan? What?
No, not that. I'm just saying, like, after I give you my, my high five and shit, like, and I kind of tell you, hey, we had that one fight in the fucking Badlands, but you never gave me a round 2, and you just pay me money to compensate for that. I don't know.
You're saying this to me?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me handle what's going on with Jeb first, and then you and I can square up too if you want.
Okay, go for it then.
Because we can have our goodbye.
But if I win, I'm taking your money.
Who the
Hey, I'll
fuck
box
is this
you.
dude cheat? NPCs is here?
Because I remember I
Enemies?
took a clip of his hair.
Holy
I took
shit.
a piece.
Why did I
Bro,
organize this like
I
this?
swear
There
to
it
God,
is.
this motherfucker makes friends with everybody's but his party members too. What
Holy
the fuck
shit.
is that about?
Yo,
Are you talking to
Jeb,
me?
Jeb
Yeah,
will save his
you.
ass.
I'm friends with all of you.
Fuck you. I had to work
Oh
for that
my
shit.
god.
I'm not friends with Jeb. I'm literally checking up on him so that if he's doing something bad, I'm going to scare him and say I'm going to come beat his ass.
Okay.
The whole
he rolled
point is that he's living on a threat. He rolled
He
a
rolled
nat
a-
one.
He rolled a nat 1 on the fucking
Okay, back.
on the will save, so he doesn't even like know the scrying is happening.
What is he doing right now?
Oh goodness.
What kind of life? What kind of life is he leading?
So you see that Jeb is just literally laying down, chilling, and he's cuddling with a nigga.
Nice.
Like he's actually just laying there, cuddling with someone, just vibing.
Okay.
There's a dude next to him. It's human. And that's and the scope is pretty like narrow.
It's just
so
that, yeah.
It's just that, and like he's just chilling. Like he literally doesn't even understand that he's being scried yet. And Eliana's sitting there like, want me to say anything?
All I want you to say to him is that keep on the straight and narrow because I'm watching.
Oh.
And then you can close up the spell just by saying, I've seen hotter. And,
Like you could do better.
yeah, exactly.
Holy shit. She starts speaking to him and he like jolts. Like he fucking jolts.
Good.
And the fucking dude next to him like wakes up and is like clearly like this clearly like isn't like just a whore or something. Like they're like oh like are you okay? Like they're trying to check on him and see if he's okay. And he's like he just sort of like puts his hand on his chest and pushes him back down like relax. And then he gets up and he fucking walks away. And he's just like right. Yep. Understood. Fucking like
Good. I'm just making sure. I always Lannister always pays their
you
debts.
clearly caught him off guard. Fucking. And had he not rolled so bad on the save, he might have been able to get himself out of into a less compromising position before he accepted it, but he did not.
Good.
So, yeah.
All right, yeah, that's all I would have done in the retrospective. All right, Brutus, what are you saying? To me, IRL.
I go to your character,
Mm-hmm.
and I basically start shaking you, kind of like give you like a hug, but like a shaking you down, where I'm basically like, we didn't have our last fight. You won that first round, but it's supposed to be best out of 3.
I say, all right, you want to box me before or after Veshna?
I want you fresh.
Let's go. And I say we go out to the front of the yard of the Archmage's estate, the same place where we killed Emberfist.
Sweet. Oh yeah.
I thought it
No,
was
no,
it in
no,
the front
no,
or
no,
the
no.
back?
It was in the front. It was in the front.
Yeah, I thought so.
But yeah. So
All right, we go out there and then we box.
you guys do that. Anyone who cares to spectate can spectate. Calvira doesn't much care for the brawling. Veshna does though. She goes to watch and wants pretty much you get the vibe that she just wants to take notes on your form and abilities now, so you can try and like figure out what she's gonna do. And how do you guys want to settle this? I guess. Okay. Do you want to leave this to a series of individual rolls like we did the last time,
We could.
Sure.
where you guys buff up, roll 3 rolls and see who gets the fucking highest ones?
I don't know. Do you want to do buff ups? Do you want to do just au natural?
I think that was how we did it last time.
Yeah, we could do how we did it last time.
I don't know how else to simulate
No,
sparring.
last time we fucking buffed up. This time we could do au natural. Up to you.
This man's a barbarian.
Oh, you want to just go like no rage, no nothing, like
No
no
nothing.
stances, we're just swinging?
Yeah.
All right, let me just update what my base attack bonus is. I didn't think I'd have to use Inuyasha for anything.
It's cool. You don't have to worry about it. Fucking Brutus isn't updated either.
That's all right. Well, all right, then let's go. We're just gonna do some regular attacks.
Yep. Roll 3 melee attacks for each of you. Or actually,
Okay.
roll them at the same time. Fucking
Melee or, like, my actual
so each of
weapon?
you roll 1. And then we'll do it in groups of 1 so we can see who beats who.
Okay, but give me a second.
Nice.
So just
One, two.
like a fucking hit, just a punch.
Just roll melee on your attack.
Just roll melee attack on your sheet.
Wait, give me a second. This fucking shit's slower than my fucking ass.
Damn, my ass is pretty slow.
I would roll it
Round
for you, but
to
this
the
seems
road.
something that you should be. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Alright, so round
Let's
one,
go.
Inuyasha beats you by 1. You guys have the same bonus!
Let's
the same strength
go.
score and the same fucking baseline bonus. That's hilarious.
Jeez.
So it's completely up to chance. Alright,
Let's go.
Alright, so round 1 barely goes to Inuyasha.
Mike,
Alright,
round two.
each of you roll me another one.
Yeah, what's
Mike,
up?
I got 20. I got 20 gold on
21.
Brutus.
I got Jordan. Yeah!
Alright, round 2 goes to Jordan
Oh
for,
my
or,
god.
I mean, to
Jordan.
Inuyasha. For the sake of keeping it funny, we'll do best of 5. Fucking.
Okay, let's do it again.
Alright, each of you guys roll another one.
Oh, that's low.
Come on, Brutus.
Oh,
Let's go.
Oh, let's go.
So it's 2-1.
Jordan, I got money
It's,
on this.
it's 2-1 Inuyasha right now. Alright, both of you guys roll me another one.
Oh
Oh,
no.
God.
Come on, Brutus.
Oh, Inuyasha! Alright, it's 2-2. Let's see one more.
Jordan, come on!
Final round.
Tough.
Goes to 19. He needs an at 20.
Ah.
Let's go!
Let's go.
Alright, so it's a very
I
close.
win.
It's a very close sparring session. You guys go blow for blow, bar for bar, and then fucking
And then I randomly trip on a rock.
Inuyasha comes out on top, and you Brutus like he like catches your foot, and in exchange takes you to the ground and sort of just says whatever winning quip he wants to say in that situation.
I look down. I give him an up and down once, and I say, whatever you were doing on your trip, you still haven't worked off the fat.
How'd you know I got chubby? Is that obvious?
I put my arm down to pick him up, and I say, the iron scale isn't worn the same way it's used to.
Ah. Shit. Don't worry. I'll loosen up.
I would say I clap Brutus on the arm, and then I spit blood onto the ground, and I was like, that was good.
For fucking someone that's rusty, you know.
We'll stay sharp till the very end. I was like, well, now it's time to go fight a bodyguard. And I look over at Veshna.
And Veshna gets pretty psyched, and she steps up, and you guys are gonna do the same thing.
Hell yeah.
Her bonus is not as high.
I
No
figured as
buffs,
much.
raw, just raw
Raw
bonuses. Your
Raw
strength score was actually
bonuses.
kind of wild, even without rage.
Not- Yeah, I'm
Alright.
pretty strong.
All right, so round 1, we're going best of 3 again. All right.
I
First
almost got an
round
at
goes
20.
to Inuyasha.
Excellent.
No
Alright,
calm.
Give me another one.
27.
Oh God. Okay, second round goes to Inuyasha.
Alright, let's see. We'll do a best of 5.
Come on. Oh my God. Okay,
Better?
it's clean. It's clean. Fucking
It's
best
okay.
of
No,
5.
that.
Let's do the whole round. Let's do the whole round. Let's do the whole round.
Okay.
Nat 20. Beat me. Veshna,
Oh my God.
this is where I had to spend
my
my
God.
entire life in this game having the dice fuck me. I'm better get the good rolls now before I
Alright.
retire.
Last round.
Watching this on the,
Beat him once. Oh my God.
Softail's watching this on the sideline. He's just like, "Damn, the princess really did forget how to hold her axe."
Dude, she's fucking like just trading blows with you, and I'll say that in the last round she says like she's like no one more,
Mhm.
and
That's
she
alright,
rages
come
for
on.
this one.
Let's go.
She's
Yeah,
getting
I
that
don't
plus
rage.
2.
Alright, let's go.
Oh my God.
Ah.
Maybe you're not
I
one. Oh,
literally
God.
would need to now.
Ah.
Oh my God.
So she rages, and I would say she comes in with the rage, swings her axe. I do the anime thing where you look surprised for a second, and then just one sword lift, block the axe, and just look at her in the eyes. And I was like, you really got to work on your strike strength. And I just knock her down.
Yeah, I like when you do that, like when you guys like come to blows, you sort of just pull Tessaiga like down like into sort of the hilt of her axe and just pull the axe to the ground, and you say that and just sort of kick her backwards. She just loses her grip on the axe and just sort of falls on her ass, and she just is sitting there and she's just like, fuck.
I chuckle. I walk over. I grab her arm to pick her up, and I say, well, to be fair, this does only make us even.
And then you pull her up, and she sort of like keeps the handshake and just pulls you close, and she goes, "That's true. I almost killed you in one shot when we first met."
I smile and I say, "Yeah, but I did ruin your dinner."
And she just sort of looks at the sky, and she goes, "And I haven't had a dinner as good ever since."
I
And
nod.
yeah.
I kind of just, yeah. I mean, I
She
think we
nods.
kind of just sit in
And-
the silence for a moment.
Yeah, she sits in the silence for a moment and just sort of looks at the air and then looks at you, and then she takes a step back and
kisses
she
him.
oh my god, no. But
No.
she takes a step back and she sort of like does a little curtsy. Clearly she's been taught some manners, and she's just like, "You will be dearly missed, friend. Thank you for helping me find my way."
I nod, and after that curtsy, I put my arm out for the warrior's handshake, and I say, "You'll be missed as well. Truly, thank you for helping me find mine."
And she nods. And she shakes your hand, and she steps back to Calvira's side.
Right.
Who would have come out once you and Vegetable?
I was watching the whole time.
No, I'm saying like Calvira wasn't there for when you fought Brutus, but she would have walked out for when you fought Veshna.
Okay.
And then she just looks around and she goes, Are all the sad goodbyes and the theatrics done? Can we get back to business?"
You always gotta be
Inuyasha
such a
looks
cold bitch, Calvira.
And she fucking
Really. He's saying
She looks at
goodbye,
you.
At least let them have fun with it.
she looks at you, she goes, "It's a facade. Do you not see my face?"
I just kind of like motion everybody. I was like, all right.
You just see NG. He's like, "That's Lord NG to you."
Fuck's sake.
Inuyasha would just look around and he would say,
Lord,
well,
you have
it
a
would-
lordship? Congrats.
"Hey,
Where the fuck have you been the whole time?
I'm dealing with my cat.
All right.
he just goes, it would be, but I haven't found, one more guest hasn't shown up yet. Seems our chorus is running late."
Those of course was here.
Yeah, I thought it was here too.
Me and him met at the gate.
Oh, wait, he is here. What the
Yeah,
fuck has he
You
been
would have
doing?
been here. Yeah.
Oh,
I
so then wait, he
I
would've
got so
got-
caught up
he-
in what y'all were doing that like I didn't actually
Yeah.
have to say anything specific.
He would have
Yeah, I
gotten
mean,
his
so
gift
he's here.
too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's here. Yeah. He got the gift too, and you know he's like, you know, he's sort of like he watches the fights and stuff, but he's not really like he's not really a man of like many words. Like the longest conversation he's probably had in his entire life is the conversation you guys had that one time.
Yeah.
So when like after you've beaten the crap out of everyone, he sort of just walks up.
Wait, the
You-
giggles and thing come?
Hell no.
I don't
No,
know.
he wasn't chill with giggles and guffaw, dude.
That's
Yeah.
more,
I
that's
know
more
that.
of our clique, Caleb.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
man-eating fucking gnolls, no. But he walks up to you and he says,
Allegedly.
Allegedly, is that confirmed?
Allegedly.
he walks up to you and he just sort of crosses his arms and he goes, "So did you just come here to beat up on weaklings?"
I raise my eyebrow and I just say, well, if you're trying to pick a fight too, then maybe.
He puts his hands up and he goes, "No, nothing like that." And he looks at you and he's just like, "I'm not a man of many words, but you've helped me a great deal in reclaiming some small bit of the things I've lost. You know this. Not much more needs to be said." And he just sort of holds his hand out.
Yeah. Inuyasha would nod, kind of slow, and he would say, "You are quite literally the first friend I've made in this world." You're right. There isn't much more that needs to be said.
He has your hand and he looks around the entire courtyard and he goes, "I see you've only gone down from there."
He looks around and goes, to be fair, I've had pretty bad luck in life making friends, but one good thing is that all my friends, even if they are shitty, do end up being pretty reliable.
He nods.
And kind of,
You're literally fucking Naruto. You make friends with fucking everybody.
I am literally Inuyasha. I am an anime character.
But he He shakes your hand, he steps back, and he says, "Goodbye, friend."
Farewell. Yeah, and I mean, with that, I guess I would kind of turn to face Calvira, and I'm just like, I would walk inside, and would just kind of gesture to say, I'm sure the old man needs to get a few more things ready, and including his own sanity before we get together. And I look to Calvira and I would say, why don't we go try and find him?
And she says to herself, she's like, "No, I think he's good. As far as I'm aware, he." And then she thinks to herself, she goes, "I think he needs some help."
Right.
Ha!
Yeah. So we go
Dick.
They
and
gonna
walk
fuck.
into the
Bro,
into the
guys,
mansion.
you
Come
weird.
on, guys.
You
We
gonna
go and
fuck
walk
that
into the mansion.
10-year-old Joe.
Bro, don't be
Stop
weird.
being weird. You're a
No, she's
freak.
probably like 15 by now, 16. I don't know.
She's like
She's
17.
she's 17.
Jesus.
And
Yeah,
also,
maybe
she's
like,
she's
that's
fine, bro.
not.
She's ready to
we've
be
been
married,
Shut the
wed, and have a
goddamn
kid.
fuck up.
Can we
She's
stop?
legal in many states of the
Alright,
fucking
I'm
and colonies.
gonna mute all of you niggas. Alright, yo. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah.
We walk through there, and I just I think it would be quiet for a second, and then Iyasha would kind of just broach the subject, and he would say, so about what had happened before. Ever since I came back with Azrin, we've kind of been focused on all of the work that needed to be done. We haven't talked much since that we were all sitting outside on the stoop after the quiver, huh?
And she's just pacing, and she's like, "Seems we haven't."
And I say, you've changed quite a bit since the meeting you as a fake hostage of a bandit leader, but it would seem
I
that the
have.
pacing still hasn't gone anywhere, huh?
It would seem it haven't. A lot stronger now, though. I know better magic.
You sure do. Just like all those seasoning spells you decided not to prep.
Just like those.
Inuyasha at this point, like, he would just walk up, and if she's just pacing, he would just kind of put his hands on her shoulders, and he would say, we don't have a lot more time for you to be pacing and answering in blunt sentences, right?
And she looks at you and she goes, "Can I tell you something that I haven't told anyone?"
That's why I made up the lie of going in here in private.
And she nods and she goes, "I've got a lot of work done since you left. You were doing great things in your time, and so was I.
I'm sure of it.
That artifact that I brought back, that Adam has been so interested in, was not earned without great, well..." And she sort of swallows and she goes, "I took a team to go get it. I let some people die. I almost died myself. I met a really scary person who made really, really large and grand threats to the city and my people." And she just sort of thinks, like, she looks up as she says "my people" to feel strange to her. And then she goes, "And I may have lost people. Every great leader has, even Occam. And when I found myself one-on-one in the face of, well, death and danger and a lot of other things, I stood my ground, and I fucking won." And she looks at you, and she has, like, tears in her eyes, and she goes, "I'm sorry that I can't be more specific than that, but I fucking won, Inuyasha."
Inuyasha would smile very genuinely. His hands would still be on her shoulders, and he would kind of just pull her into a hug with that, and he would say, "Person I met 2 years ago wouldn't have had the balls to even challenge. You won, and you should feel proud of that."
And she's like, you barely know what she's actually even talking about, but
Yeah.
she's like listening to you as if you know every detail, and she just starts like completely crying, and she's just like, I stood my ground. And I won. And I wouldn't have been able to do that without you. I'm going to miss you so much.
I'm going to miss you too.
Jesus
And
fuck
even
Christ.
listen,
I think it's
we've
almost
helped
Wales.
each other. Yeah, I mean, he would say we've both helped each other come a long way. And I'm happy that in a journey that I could never have expected, not only did I find friends such as yourself, but I found a means of helping my friends. And no matter how long, even if always, that I am here on the other side, you and I will always be friends. And that won't ever change.
And I will
And he kind of just touches his necklace, and then kind of looks at the spot that once held the bead that she still has.
And she just pulls it out of her pocket and just sort of holds it into place for a second, and then just clutches it in her hand again and puts it away. And she says, and she like wipes her eyes and she goes, "Well, I'm telling you this, not so you'll worry about me more, but so you know that I'm good. I've got it now. I'm strong and I've got it now."
Are they by themselves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Inuyasha smirks and he says, "Why would I ever be worried? The city's as strong as ever. They've got a powerful, skilled archmage, and a crazy kook who's not too bad himself."
And she smiles at that.
And he says, he pretty much says that, can't wait to get back and tell my kids about all of you guys. I think my daughter will be real inspired by the story of a badass sorceress.
And she nods and she goes, "Don't leave out a single detail.
You bet
It's
I
quite
won't.
the grand tale."
Yeah. And he just, he smiles, kind of pulls her on the side shoulder for one more hug, and then says, "Well, I think we found the old man. Let's go gather everybody back together."
And she nods and sort of just puts her hands in her cloak and walks back out.
Alright.
So they come back outside. Klavira has clearly been crying, and everyone like Vesha looks at she kind of just understands, and if you would just get it. And Klavira's just like, "So then, we'll now be sending him off, I suppose, and we're going to hope that Azrin knows what he's doing." So she says, "Anyone who wishes to, well, watch, follow me.
Guess I'll watch.
And anyone who wants to," she leads to the back of the estate. And you see that there's like 4 of these rocks sort of set down on the ground. A couple tufts of Inuyasha's hair, a couple bottles, and he's got this like huge satchel full of shit that you imagine is more materials to do this shit again. And he's like, "All right, get over here, boy."
As right before he walks off, I stop Inuyasha and I reach out, shake his hand, and be like, I just go to reach out, shake his hand, and like I just tell him good luck, make it home.
Yeah, Inuyasha kind of keeps that eye contact with you. He shakes her hand and he says, "Good luck to you as well. You're going to build great things."
Let's hope so. Right now we're still working on the foundations. I suppose you chuckle at this, but I've taken on a few students.
Oh, he goes, Inuyasha smiles and he says, "Break any of their wrists yet?"
No, only a couple of ribs. They'll heal.
Say, "Well, look at you, grown soft."
He kind of chuckles at this. He just kind of like does that like thing where you breathe out of your nose laugh.
Yeah. Yeah. Inuyasha kind of just claps you on the shoulder. I think Softail and I had our arc. There's not much to be said.
Yeah.
And he
business
just
is done.
starts. Yep. He takes one look at everybody. Kind of, she just nods, and he walks towards Azrin.
And Azrin says, "Come here." And then you just start walking to him. He's like, "Give me a fucking hand." And he grabs your hand and he pulls you closer to him.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "All right, so what I'm gonna do is this is a slightly actually horribly modified version of a plane shift spell, but I'm using things that are never mind. Just stand still." And then he looks at everyone else. He goes, "And stand 30 feet back. There's like approximately a 5% chance that I blow us up. In which case, well, he won't be around to be upset about not being home anymore."
I'm standing 50 feet back.
Inuyasha rages.
Calvira is sitting closer because she kind of gets the vibes that Azrin kind of knows what he's doing and he's probably not actually gonna blow you up by accident.
Yeah, I hope so.
And it takes them about like a minute straight of casting, during which anyone is free to say any last thing they want to say.
Talk to you later, friend.
Always.
So long, Space Cowboy.
Inuyasha for the first time shows that he had an iPod Touch in like his pocket the whole time. He just starts playing a song. You just hear Boku Tachiwa.
He's like, "Yo, have you guys heard the Kid Leroy?"
Bro, have you guys heard about Bitcoin?
Oh
But yeah, I never actually meditated. I would just go in my room and play fucking, this with my unlimited battery fucking iPod that never died.
Nah, I mean, actually, though, Inuyasha, like, in his last moment, kind of just, like, he looks at everybody, he calls out, I was happy to be part of the Cincinnati Zoo.
Damn.
Like, my nigga.
Yeah.
And
for a
the spell.
slight moment, a feeling of sadness washes over Softail. Sad to see his friend go.
And when the spell ends, when Azrin's finished casting, nothing happens, and he goes, what? And then, like, literally mid-sentence, they disappear.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna fucking... Oh my god, I thought you were gonna fucking turn the tables on me.
And
8 more seasons, Morty!
So how modern is modern day Inuyasha? What was what time? Like,
bro, he wasn't
2000?
expecting to keep going beyond this point.
Wait, like Inuyasha showed up from old Japan.
Yeah, to New Japan, right?
No, he went from old Japan and showed up in this world. So I would assume he'd go back to old Japan.
Oh, he never
That's
went
where him
to
and
New
Kagome
Japan?
lives.
Bro, it's not part of that anime arc yet. This is filler.
Well, I mean, is that where he's taking me? Is New Japan?
That's up to you entirely. Like I don't know I don't know exactly. Like,
I
where he's
figured
from.
that he'd be taking me back to old Japan because the whole thing, like, this is Inuyasha at the end of the anime. Like, he lives there permanently at
Really?
this point.
Okay,
Yeah,
sweet.
like he lives there with Kagome, and then it's like,
alright.
so he gets back there.
Dude, I never watched. I didn't finish the show, so I thought he was just chilling with her in the normal time. I thought he was just
No,
going to
it's
Arby's.
the opposite. They live in the old one.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay,
Going to
so then
Arby's?
so I had a
Denny's.
whole funny thing, but actually that makes a lot more sense. So
I mean, I
yeah,
could show him the time travel well.
no,
He can go
I
to
was gonna
Bonier's
say you
well.
guys show up in like Rhode Island, and you gotta figure out how to go to Japan.
I mean, we could still show up in fucking England in 1520, and it's like, are there demons here? I don't know. how to do that.
Yeah. Point is though, you guys obviously like normal plane shift isn't accurate. This is horribly inaccurate. So you guys end up in like some
I mean,
part of-
if it would be funnier, yeah, let's do modern Japan. Fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. I can
Alright.
get back by going through the well. That's fine.
So yeah, you guys land and fucking throw a dart at the U.S. map. You fucking land in there at any time period between like the fucking 80s and like 2005, I guess. And then fucking you guys gotta go on a little adventure to like find your way back to Japan. Fucking between the two of you, but a dude who is not uber familiar with New Japan anyway, and then a guy who literally doesn't know what Japan is.
Yeah, he's from another
So-
dimension.
So You guys
is
have
there
fun with
any way that I can contact Myoga the flea?
Yeah, imagine.
Now that I'm here, I could be like, yo, Myoga, can you come pick me up?
I don't know, but we'll fucking.
All right, well,
We'll
that's
work out the logistics
Inuyasha's.
of that.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Inuyasha's
He's
Imagine,
there.
wait, imagine this only changed like a day in the real world is like whatever fucking was in like.
The time dilation thing is actually very relevant.
Yeah, me and Jamal were talking about that.
Yeah, we talked
There
about it
is a
already.
time dilation.
Yeah, there is actually a time dilation, and that shit matters.
My
Fucking.
man was gone for a day.
Fucking Matt Damon trapped him.
Fuck Matt Damon.
Honestly.
But fucking but yeah, so that's Inuyasha's arc, and
Oh, beautiful.
Is that Sesh? Or...
and yeah, I was gonna say like that is probably gonna be Sesh. I had more for this, but I didn't expect everyone's like personal things like about what they were doing beforehand to actually go as long as they did.
We never do. We never anticipate for long RP.
I know. Hey, bro, there was a reason that
I know.
there was
It's so funny. Like this happens all the time. And
I think it's
you're
because
like,
we started out, everybody just hated doing RP, and now everybody that's all everybody
Yeah,
cares
now
about.
everybody just loves RP.
Bro, it's a-
like
It's like, we want to fight and roll dice. Now it's like, no, my character arc needs development.
There's so many
can I pull you
NPCs
aside
I
for
care about.
45 minutes so we could talk about what happens, and then like maybe
Can
we'll, like,
we
fix
talk
your
about our
character sheet,
feelings?
And then literally next thing you know, I recruited 3 children.
but yeah, point is like if there's ever a moment in my game where everyone isn't participating, I try to go through it as fast as possible without like you know I want everyone to pull to play DD, right? So I'll try to do that.
Nah, bro, they about to start watching Game of Thrones when Brutus takes so long, bro.
What
I'm
was
about
the
to, bro, I'm about to do something. I'm about to become a governor.
But yeah, what was originally supposed to happen is that it was supposed to be this was supposed to be done earlier, and then we were supposed to do introduction of Alex's new character. Ronan comes back, like, you know, Ronan's there, and you guys get the pitch for like the new mission.
I feel like we can
But-
kinda still do that unless.
But it's 11. Anyone who wants to go to bed, you can go to bed.
Yeah, I work tomorrow.
Yeah. So we can call a session there, so no one misses anything
We'll
important.
start with Jordan's
And-
introduction.
And I think I'm gonna make the general pitch of what you guys are gonna be asked to do in the D&D general, just so you guys know what it is and you can like buy shit and be prepared for it before we get to the session. So the session will run faster.
I would love
We'll
to know
run
the
again.
motivation that makes Softail stay here, because this
Hey,
motherfucker wants to
Softail
go
might
back
literally
home.
not. He might literally
He
not.
wants
Like,
to go home.
yeah. Like I said, he might literally not. Like he's kind of just here. He's gonna hear the pitch, and he might literally be like, "Nah, that's not for me." Fucking, that is entirely viable.
What
and
is home for him?
Right now,
Fucking
technically.
Almaran's right now. Man is paying rent. But wait, no, never mind. He's paying mortgage. But yeah, fucking we will deal with that next session, and it's gonna be like set up in a way where like, you know, it's not like you guys are actually like, you guys are essentially like it's kind of like a mercenary thing, but like more official. Like you guys will have an official name and everything. Like he's essentially trying to like recreate the vibes people got from seeing Bahamut's Bastion run around, and he's like, oh, putting a sigil and a name to the group helps with morale and shit like that. So he's gonna try to do that with you guys essentially.
Are we still gonna be Cincinnati Zoo? That's the thing.
If that's what you want it to be called, you can do that.
There's not
but-
anymore. There's not as many zoo people in this.
But
Yeah,
you
we're
gotta-
becoming a normal fucking party now, dude.
Yeah, but yeah, obviously
Yeah.
you all have your own like lives and jobs and shit, and it's essentially the Avengers, where like you guys are doing your own thing. You like you can see you can go to the theaters and see Softail and then Softail Ragnarok, but then every now and then there's an Avengers movie, and then you guys are all in the same shit. That's essentially what he wants. He wants the Avengers, fucking where hey, there's this big grand threat, and I would like this named group of people that people can look up to come deal with it, so that way people like me. That is gonna be the pitch and gist, but we're gonna do it in RP and shit. We're gonna do that next session. That session.
Ronan agrees.
There was gonna be combat and shit. There was gonna be cool shit. Fucking. It was, but you know, niggas like talking and shit. So that's that.
Hey man, this was great for me.
We will. I mean, yeah.
That
I mean, it
was
had to be for
awesome.
you. You decided to get all of your good rolls out in the melee combats
Oh
between
my
your
god,
allies.
dude, that was so legendary, so legendary. I
It's
will.
funny,
I
when
get
I- when
Inuyasha
I
gets to
roll-
leave with clout.
It's funny. I literally rolled like 20s and up. Like, bro, I'm gonna start smoking motherfuckers.
And I didn't give you the clout. The dice decided it, so that's fun. And you guys have the
Dude,
exact
and I
same
never
modifier.
get the clout from the dice. I never have, and it
Yeah.
happened right now.
Yeah,
I got
it
a
was-
nat
it was
20
poetic
against
justice.
Veshna. So unnecessary.
But yeah,
Well, I have my Halo voice here. Are we good for Saturday at like say 6 o'clock? Actually, no. Let's go with 6 o'clock.
I will see. A bunch of shit's happening for me tomorrow, but I should be.
What about
for
you,
the-
Alex?
I should be good for Saturday.
All right.
It'd be good.
I would wanted to do in person, and then just like Skype Caleb in.
Mm-hmm.
You good for that? Like 6 o'clock Saturday, Caleb?
I will talk to you
Yeah.
about that.
I
I
should be fine.
keep me in. Alex, you can't do Sunday, right?
No, because we're going to the Ren Fair
Right,
on
okay.
Sunday.
All right, so
But,
Saturday, Alex, keep me updated.
Real
Or,
quick,
Jamel, keep me updated.
all of you guys kind of got into your own little solo shits, which is like a part of what I wanted to be more of a thing in the game. So you each kind of have like your own like sort of problem, and that is gonna be sort of melded in with the main problems, and you have a lot of problems to deal with, a lot of your own shit, and I have all my notes on that stuff, and if you ever like have a fucking idea of something you want to do with regard to that, you can kind of just message it to me and we can kind of handle it. Fucking and then if you think of it in game, you can just mention it. We'll handle it, etc. But point is, your backstories and motivations are gonna matter a little bit more, and they're gonna be like rewards and consequences associated with that. Coop, you are literally a lord of a group of people. The shit matters.
Yeah.
And of course there's the Coop buffer that I put with anything that you involved in, where there's a certain suspense of disbelief that any NPC has when interacting with you. But fucking, it only goes so far. So yeah, that session, and there's nothing else to talk
my
about.
God. Yeah, that was great.
Yo, Mike,
Sweet.
tell me how the entire time we're doing all this RP and shit, I took apart an entire fucking ruck.